Well, YouTube says live of 50 seconds ago.
Can you share
Oh,
the link?
we've been live. Why? Awesome.
Do you want the
Let's
stream
call it.
URL?
Just the YouTube link.
That
That
is a good question.
yeah.
Share. Copy. Podcast links.
So welcome to the AI takeover and the three stooges that try to understand what's happening with it.
Yeah.
I guess that's a way to put it. I don't really consider myself a stooge. That means someone's in control, right?
Yeah.
Well, honestly, we found ourselves a couple of months back, I think it was, that we were talking a lot about AI, the advancements of AI, the advancements in like small businesses trying to survive. Um, and we were like, why don't we just start recording our conversations? And that's really where the idea of the podcast came from, I think. Right, Drew? Like we were thinking there's probably a whole lot of other people out there that are similar in what
Yeah.
we are thinking.
Yeah, we've tried 101 different business ideas, tried to find various jobs, increase, careers, but we sort of get stalled, and we feel like a lot of other people are sort of running into this problem. So
Yeah,
we're going to try to sort of explain what's been happening with us and where we think the momentum with AI or what's going to happen there. So
right. And we felt like we weren't crazy enough, so we decided to get an even crazier third wheel, Orson.
Yeah. I keep them so. Otherwise, they get too intellectual, and then it gets really boring, and your eyes glaze over, and you're like, "Ugh." So
Right.
I'm here for some entertainment. Sometimes I have some insights.
So basically, we want to start off our first podcast, setting the stage, saying that we are definitely not the experts. We are just regular dudes who have been in the tech industries. We've been in various different small businesses. We don't know hardly any of the right answers, but we wanted to find like-minded individuals out there who are kind of struggling with the same ideas or thoughts. We want to know your guys' thoughts and ideas as well. So go ahead and follow us, subscribe if you want to join us on this journey of discovery as we discuss deep dive into various different topics regarding the tech industry and various things. So mostly, I think we today we wanted to start with kind of when we um, got into AI. I think, right, Drew?
yeah, pretty much. So we're going to share sort of our stories of how we ran into it. And um, for me, it's sort of like how I ran into cryptocurrency. I saw a random Netflix episode and they talked all about it. And then I started learning about it and investing in it and doing well. And, you make money, you lose money there. But with AI, it kind of came with um, sort of my job. I don't really know how to code very well. And I had been trying to learn Python in particular. And so I was introduced to, I guess, OpenAI when it first launched, and I started playing with it. And just like anybody else, you try to figure out how does this work and and what can I use it for? And the deeper the rabbit hole you get, the more you can figure out. And from there, my coding ability or AI tool ability has greatly improved over the years, and it's been a huge force multiplier in what I can do when otherwise I was useless without it.
Yeah. Yep. What about you, Orson? How'd you get into AI?
Oh, so I got into AI by a buddy of mine, and he came up to me. He's like, "Bro," I was like, "What?" He's like, have you seen this new thing? And I was like, what new thing? Is it a GPU? Is it a game? What are we talking about? He's like, he's like, no, check out this app. And he showed me an app, and it was the GPT 3.5, good old OpenAI, you know? And I was like, well, what is that? And he's like, dude, it's AI. I was like, woo, fascinating. It's
Yep.
very smart
Yep.
looking, right? But
Sounds cool.
it didn't really. So for the longest time, I was like, nah, the AI, we're going nowhere with this. It's a hype. It's like the cryptocurrency hype, which is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, which makes no sense to me because it's nothing. And that's kind of how I felt about this GPT. And then as I studied more, I was like, well, maybe this is something. And then I remember being adamantly against it. And then one day I was having a hard time in my career, and I called up my mentor, and he's like, "So tell me." I was like, "Tell you what?" He's like, "Tell me about AI." And I was like, "You too? AI? No!" And I was like, "It terrifies me. The whole idea, just evil people controlling things." And he's like, "Well, I hate to break it to you." I was like, "Okay, break it to me." He's like, "You got to go learn it." I was like, "Okay, fine. I'll go learn it." So I've been learning it since I got rebuked. And I don't regret it. I've picked up a lot of the tools and played with multiple different AI models and just trying to understand how it works and how to make it move forward. And it's really fascinating stuff. I don't think it's liquid gold as the whole industry is painting it as.
Right. Right. I'm sort of in the same boat in the fact that for me, AI was kind of started off like the VR industry in a way that only a very few people were adopting it, and it kind of came and went. I don't know. VR is still sort of a thing, but not nearly as like big as what
Mm-hmm.
Meta wanted it to be, I guess.
Well, the
um,
metaverse never
right, but
took over.
within the last 6 months to a year, AI has really kind of boomed in a way that I think VR hasn't. And so here we are with life-changing potential in the job markets and everything like that. We want to kind of get into. Um, and there's definitely been a shift that's happened as of late, and there's no going back. That's what we are kind of discussing today. Um, and we want to know, when is that shift going to be irreversible? You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
at what point do we get in our society where we have drained too many resources, or you know uh, gone, I don't know. So
I think it is too late.
we've already gotten to that point, you think?
Yeah, I think 6 months ago was the point of no return, honestly.
Yeah.
Because if you think about all the investments that are going into the AI market right now, it is a mind-bogglingly huge. It's it's so astronomically overinflated that so I think it's going to kind of replicate a little bit of what happened in the dot-com bubble when I was a little kid, where hey,
20 years
stop
ago?
it.
30 years ago?
Yeah, well, I was little, okay? So I feel like it's gonna go in kind of that direction, where everybody's going, AI is the next thing, and obviously it is. If you don't see it, you're blind. It's already taking away people's jobs. I would say there's no going back. I would say models, the way we use AI has to change. I don't think it's currently scalable. Well, it's not
Right.
right now.
Right. What do you think, Drew? What point did you get to where you were like, yeah, we're not going back? Was it when people couldn't tell the difference in AI videos if they were real or
Well,
not?
I think there's a lot of sort of cognitive dissonance going on and a lot of adoption that's not happening based on what is happening. So, for instance, the technology is there. Some are able to use it and magnify what they can do, while others are, staying back to their old habits.
Right.
People go back to what they know. They go to what's comfortable, and so, like, if somebody gets on ChatGPT or Gemini and asks them about some medical advice, um, they'll tell that to their nurse or doctor relative, and they'll dismiss it. They'll say, "Oh, you're not a doctor. I'm a doctor."
Yeah.
Or for accounting or real estate, or especially with like vibe coding, um,
For me, the
there's a lot of
moment
that going on.
the moment that it became irreversible for me is when AI is the first go-to instead of Google. Like if I have a question, I no longer I would say more than 50% of the time I'll go to ChatGPT or I'll go to, some AI and be like, "Hey, what's this?" And I think the shift from, "Hey, just go Google it," to "Go ask AI" is a real thing, and it's here today. Um, Now maybe not in a lot of circles, but um, definitely becoming a lot more popular. Um, which kind of leads us into our next topic, the definition of being skilled, right? Like as you were saying, Drew, about the doctors and nurses.
Hmm.
Do people think they are skilled because of what an AI told them?
So
I, I sure
I
do.
th- I think we're going to get to a point where AI is going to gain more trust and it's going to be optimized to where, for example, the medical advice, you would upload the patient or take a video of them, show the symptoms, and it will output the results, and that'll be a higher trusted opinion than a human's emotional, gut feeling, or even
Right.
educated um, diagnosis, right?
Yeah.
So,
How long though until AI is like, don't forget to drink your Ovaltine? Right?
yeah, yeah,
Like, I mean, maybe 5 years goes by and people start trusting it for its medical advice, but who knows how it could be twisted in the future? I don't
yeah,
know. What do you think, Orson?
Well, I sure as heck hope we don't rely on GPT for surgery, because I've seen it go. Wait a minute, I'm wrong. We shouldn't have cut that artery. That was a bad idea. Oh, they died. Okay. Yeah. So I hope it don't go too far down that too quickly. I do have a feeling they will go down that path. I just hope they try to do it in a safe way. But I would say being skilled anymore is, I mean, think about what happened when the internet released YouTube. First it was just goofy videos, but now it's turned into this giant pool of information. You can go learn anything. And it's slowly shifting. Like some people love to learn that way, but now it's shifting over towards this AI um, way of thinking, or large language model, where it just has a bunch of information that's so general, and you can go look up anything. And like you, I really don't Google anything anymore. People like, you shouldn't trust AI. I was like, well, I can't trust the internet anyway, so
Right. Like, what's the
what's the
difference?
difference?
When you Google something, you're just using Gemini's like description at the top 90% of the time. Under
Yeah.
that, it'll be a bunch of ads or videos, and then you have to scroll to the bottom. Yeah, it's crazy.
So
But
trust is a really big one. So like with Waymos, with self-driving cars, that's definitely what do you depend more on this to like dodge a person or just which has more error, a human driver or a Waymo? I
Well, I
bet you
don't
the
know.
statistics are far in favor of Waymo being more reactive and self-aware with all the cameras in all directions
right.
than a person. So that's sort of an example, which that I guess is more machine learning, I guess, right?
Well,
Versus
yeah,
AI.
it's. I would still say it's AI. I mean, I think Waymo has a huge problem. I mean, they just had like I think it was a blackout in California, and
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
everything went down, and so there was just Waymo machines just parked in the middle of the
Yep.
road, and they couldn't do anything.
So about that, the Tesla robotaxis kept going though. Those didn't get the pause or whatever. So, but for sure, the Waymos that's a blind spot. So they definitely got exposed there for that. I agree.
Yeah.
So let's go back to this the new definition of being skilled, right? What does it even mean for an individual to be skilled?
What does
You I
college mean?
Right, exactly.
Is that
I see
useless
it two
now?
different ways. You have your book smarts and you have your street smarts. And whatever profession you happen to be in, you're being paid because you have a lot of one or both, and you perform well, right? But if the source of information that you're using can, instead of be stored in your head but stored in an AI, can one person, I don't know, can one person be considered skilled if somebody else who doesn't have that information stored in their head can just have readily available access to it? Um, you know,
I
uh,
mean, if you think about it, like you go to the tech field, right? When you have someone who's skilled at something, they know how to do it usually pretty quick. Does that mean they don't have to look up like references or read the manual on how something works? No, they're always reading manuals. You're always reading manuals in the tech industry. That's 90% of what you do. is you figure out how each piece works with the other piece, and I think that's where skill is involved, is understanding the larger picture behind um, something instead of knowing like the individual nitty gritty details of like, say example, how a Linux kernel works. Yeah, sure, some person probably knows that, but the rest of us figure it out by just going and reading, and I wouldn't put that as anything different than just using an LLM and looking it up, or Google. I mean, I think that's we joke a lot of times in the tech industry that um, the reason we're good at our jobs is we know how to look things up. And first it was
so
Google.
wouldn't that be the change in definition of skilled? So if somebody, like you say, is skilled at looking something up,
Mhm.
being able to find the right answer quickly, a simple AI search is going to be
It's going to give you your answer.
significantly faster than being
So
able to look something up.
right, and so in my case, I prompt for the answer, get the answer, and then I have no idea how I got the answer.
Right.
So I
But
have to
you know it's the
reverse.
right answer though. That's the
Well,
key.
I have the high level understanding of I'm getting the output that I'm looking for, but it's sort
Yeah.
of shallow in the sense that if I don't understand the back end, it gets a little interesting, which I have to reverse engineer and look for all these things that I didn't know how I got
Right.
what I got.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we hope it's the right answer. I mean, a lot
It's
of times
it
it's
is the
close.
right, I would venture to say it is the right answer until we discover it's not. That's when
What does that mean?
That
Well,
means it
for
works.
example,
You fake it until you make it, right?
well,
Like
okay,
that's what AI does.
let me give you a really good example. So
Yeah, fair.
I would ask the question of produce this result, right? And for me, I allow AI to come up with the very best result just based on the open-ended question that I ask. Whether if someone who has very specific domain knowledge, they'll go to the back to their comfort level and give it a very specific set of instructions based on their comfort and understanding of how they would do it. So
Yeah.
you would give it your, I guess the context of your prompt would be about how you would do it, but you just let AI kind of finish it for you. Whether it's for
Yeah.
me, I kind of throw it out to the ocean and get a result and say, oh, that's really good. And I think the advantage of that is for better or worse, AI may come up with a better, newer method than a sort of traditional domain knowledge expert.
Ah, and that is another topic that we need to discuss. The psychological resistance to the inevitable change. That the
Yes,
change of somebody who has the domain knowledge and doesn't trust an AI and doesn't trust the younger engineer or the younger team member who does trust AI
exactly.
and then will resist that change.
And this is that cognitive dissonance I was talking about. Exactly.
Right. There will be a lot of contention, a lot of disagreements, I think, in the industry that will um I don't know. Do you think it would actually cause
I think what's it's going to be like an evolutionary process. You're going to have these legacy big tech companies with billions of dollars, adopting AI to some degree, but very stagnant and slow to make very safe progression and steps. Whether it is someone who, like a small child that grows up on a phone that can play a game and can access, Phil, you have kids, they grab a phone, learn it, and are going really quickly, right?
yeah.
Point being, you're going to have someone who's 16 years old that plays Roblox that's going to blow past and build apps that the big tech companies spend billions of dollars on.
The other
And
day,
so,
really quick, the other
yeah,
day, my 2-year-old, we were watching TV and he wants me to change the video on YouTube. And so he goes like this towards the TV and he's like trying to change he's trying to change the video by like flicking his little finger in the air. It was hilarious. Sorry. Go ahead. But yes,
point being is they are going to, it's just going to be um, intuitive for them to use it. And by the time like your son grows up, AI is going to be very, very good and have a lot less errors.
yeah.
And if they just lean on it with their innate abilities, like I say, they're just going to blow past traditional methods and just dinosaur them.
Well, so how do we so if you think about it, everybody goes to school, right? They go to college, they learn how to write, et cetera, et cetera. I feel like there's certain core skills we can't lose and just turn over to AI. One is writing, two is reading, and I would even venture basic math, right?
You're referencing a human skill.
Yes, that
So for a
shouldn't
human,
be
yeah.
that
How does it,
shouldn't be forgotten. I feel like uh, I read lots of articles and I watch videos about like kids in college and they're using these tools to think for them, right? They're using it to do their assignment. Why? Because homework is stupid. I'll agree with that. If you have homework in the industry, that's probably the worst thing in the world. You don't want to go to work and then come home and do homework unless you're working from home, but that's just working.
overtime?
You don't exactly
That's basically what
like
that is.
you don't want to do that. I
They train
understand
you
where
to work in overtime.
they're coming from, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of the teachers are forgetting to help their students understand that the point of learning this is not because AI can do it. Obviously, it can. It's to make ourselves, it's to enrich ourselves and our knowledge personally, because then we can take those tools and then we can use AI with them even better. Versus if I don't know how to write, I can't prompt AI and I won't. And I mean, I guess you have it, you can speak to it now, but
So what I'm hearing is a 747 can carry hundreds of people across oceans, but you need a pilot to sort of have a basic understanding of how to run autopilot on the plane.
kind of. But
Or,
yeah, I guess that's a
right?
way to kind of explain it. I sure as hell hope that the pilot knows how to fly a plane and read the instrument panels.
Yeah. It's like I don't know. This is like in the context of where we're currently at, and I don't know where it becomes where a human's input is not helpful versus automation and AI taking care of problems.
Well, I
Yeah.
feel like if we use the AI and the automation part to just automate the boring parts and the repetitive tasks that we do anyways, it would save us so much time.
Yeah.
I think that's where the focus should be. And I feel like when all the, I don't want to call them boomers, but when the people that are older than us start fighting against the change that is inevitably coming, they're just setting themselves up for huge failure. And we're not even, I mean, I can only learn so much. And there's always a newfangled thing every single day. I can't keep up. I have to, I have to pick a lane the best I can, and I have to focus on learning how to use a set of tools or something like that. And if something comes along that's better, like better, not just new, then I may have to pivot. But I have to always be willing to pivot and learn how to do that.
Right. On that note, with AI, we could all agree though that the the barriers to enter the AI space are becoming easier and easier, right?
Oh
The
yeah.
Mhm.
It's becoming a lot easier to enter that space to create those the simple tasks that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Um, hmm. But have we seen the only thing I can think of that AI has created new? So I don't know. I'm trying to think of what AI has contributed to society, right? If it's so easy to get into and it's expanding and it's getting smarter every single day, what has AI actually done for society?
Well, I would say, and you can tell me if you disagree, but I would say the opportunities have increased. Like if, for example, you can go use the what do they call it, the Suno AI, right? And that's for generating music and making art and things like that. It's taken the need for a certain expert away, and a lot of the experts hate it
Right.
because
Well, and that's what I was
they
going to say. You say it's created opportunity, whereas there's a whole group of people who are saying, "Hey, AI is taking away all of these opportunities for us to make a living."
yeah.
It's literally stealing data from what we've created so that everyone can have it for free
Yeah,
or
artists.
generate.
Think of artists. Anybody
Right.
can create any kind of art in seconds.
Yeah.
So these graphic designers, these user experience designers are just poof. Not poof, but let me take a month to build you a nice fancy looking website is not a thing.
Is yeah, it's like you can build a website in a matter of hours now,
Right.
Yep.
and you can do these things a lot quicker. Like someone can go generate some music and make something they actually want to listen to, and have a good time.
Yeah. A lot of white collar work is changing with AI. You guys mentioned like designers, web designers. I'm thinking a lot of like accounting based jobs where or analytics, reporting, stuff like that. Have now I've not been in the tech industry directly in a corporate position for a while, but I know when I was, they were slowly starting to integrate AI into like software engineering positions and stuff like that. Um, but I can only imagine programming and things um, are also being affected. But
Oh, yeah.
I think
so yeah,
adoption is still the roadblock, regardless of how fast it's moving. They may be investing that way, but changing positions and I haven't really noticed a lot moving there.
I would
But
say a lot of the white collar industry is scared of
the fear
uh,
is there for sure. The fear is
there's
yeah,
there are large amounts of fear, because there's a lot of jobs that are just, I hate to say it, pointless. I
they're sort
mean,
of obvious that it could be taken over, right?
yeah, it
I
could be easily automated. Like how many people go to work and just read emails and email people back and forth? Why did I mean, I could see some use cases where you need a
yeah,
person to do that, but do they always need to do it? And I feel like it's a valid thing to be scared of, because because you went to college, you went to university, you learned all these skills, and this is what you've been doing for so long, and then all of a sudden newfangled technology comes out and you're outdated and you've lost your
Mhm.
job, and it's like the industrial revolution all over again, just in a very different way. But it's not like you can go pick up a new skill per se and
right.
get in.
Mhm. I agree.
So, anyways, we we all agree AI, the shift has started. There's probably not going to go back. It's here to stay for at least another couple of years if it doesn't explode like the dot com bubble.
Well,
Um,
I feel like it'll stay, but it's gonna have to change. Like I don't think everything can be an LLM. I understand they want to get to like AGI and just have a general AI like Jarvis be able to do everything, but I don't feel like we're quite there yet. Um, and I feel like we're gonna have to make a pivot because the amount of resources and the amount of just power, you got electricity, you got
yeah,
RAM, you got storage, just all these things that go into training a freaking model nowadays. We got to learn how to either do it more efficiently, or we're gonna burn the world down. Basically.
yep. So, in the future, we would like to cover more of these topics. We want to dive deeper into how small businesses might be struggling with AI adoption. We want to discuss and figure out ways that we can utilize AI. But we may not stick with AI entirely. We want to know your guys' ideas and thoughts. Before we leave, do you two have final thoughts that you'd like to leave us?
Yes, I have one final thought, and then I'll let Drew give his. So my final thought is, it's not all hopeless. It's all going to be okay. We don't understand how it's going to be okay, and things are going to change, but we're gonna figure out where we're going. We're gonna get there.
My perspective, it is hopeless.
I love it.
And I think we're way behind on the adoption curve, and this stuff is going to compound. And we're going to see, as part of this AI boom, there may be more job loss than expected due to people buying into it, or I would say adopting it too quickly. While
Yeah.
while others are adopting too slowly, the people that are running around selling agents and automation and AI is going to run everything are going to just go a little too crazy on that and gut everything, and then they'll find out that 4 people can't do the job of 100 people, and they'll have to sort of reverse all that.
Yeah.
There's already big companies doing it.
But in the future, long term, I think that will be the case. I think it is going to keep accelerating. So it's hard to say what's going to happen because it hasn't happened yet. So
yeah.
But there's certainly some ups and downs ahead of us for sure.
Yeah.
And like Phil said, we don't want to get stuck totally on AI. We're gonna talk about our many business ventures that have taken us over mountains and into and off cliffs, and so that'll be fun to talk about. And so this is just an initial sort of get our feet wet, get our bearings,
and welcome everyone to the channel.
Yeah, welcome.
Yay. All righty.
See you next time.
Thank you guys, and we'll catch you next time.
Later.